guys? I'm still here in the boonies, um, Nelson County, Virginia. Um, Apparently, the family has some ancestral lands here, so uh, that's why I'm here. uh, Probably won't be a common reoccurrence stuff, to be quite honest. But while I'm out here, like I said, I was a bit bored, so why not vlog, right? So, one of the things I wanted to tell people, which I've impressed upon in a couple of previous videos, is the need for skepticism. Especially in the black community, there's way more need for skepticism, as well as a healthy dose of cynicism as well, because we, as a community, fall prey to too much bullshit, okay? And when I say skepticism, I don't mean just disbelieving everything outrightly. I mean in the sense of weighing the options. Uh, Scientific skepticism, which differs from your everyday banal skepticism where you just disbelieve something because you don't like it. This is sort of a metric whereby you weigh the evidence for and against claims that you hear, including your own. It's good to keep yourself honest as well. Okay. And I said a healthy dose of cynicism too, because they kind of go hand in hand with each other sometimes, because oftentimes dubious claims, bad arguments, and outright just sketchy ideas come from people who want you to believe them. Classes in symbolic logic and critical thinking skills at their local college, okay, local community college, or if you're currently at a university, take a of course in logic or critical thinking. Uh, Optimally both, but you definitely want that symbolic logic because it's sort of the groundwork for all reasoning. Okay, and you can take a critical thinking course, which is more informal logic. Of their group CSI, formerly called PsyCop, which you get at PsyCop. um, but it's, Psi stands for the Committee for Scientific Inquiry. Okay, they publish a bi-monthly magazine called Skeptical Inquirer, and CSI is part of a parent organization called CFI, the Center for Inquiry. Okay, their whole mission is just to keep people from being misled by pseudoscience, the paranormal, um, and all other sort of extra scientific ideas out there. Going back to your classic stuff like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster to recent things dealing with politics and religion, okay? So take advantage of those. There's plenty of books out there in informal logic and critical thinking skills. Becoming a Critical Thinker by the late uh, Robert Carroll is a great starter if you don't know where to start. He also has a website that's still up, even though he's passed away several years ago, called The Skeptic's Dictionary. I literally read through that whole thing, which led me on my path to doing a double major in philosophy after I had already underwent biological psychology as my first major, okay, as an undergrad, and then it ended up becoming a triple major, but that's a different story. Um, all of them in cognitive research, though. But yeah, his web up, and he made a book version of Skeptics Dictionary, so you can also buy it as well if you like. It's a more annotated version of what he has in his website, which has a wider breadth of information. So those are just two starters. I'll leave some links at the bottom as well, but I really want to impress upon black people to stop being so credulous when it comes to religion, especially to political leaders. I'm tired of people just handing their vote to the Democrats en masse just because we've always done it historically since the great switch from FDR to the Democrat. And these people often do nothing for our community, but they show up and just start strutting around during the election cycle like they just know our vote is a given, which too often it actually is, and we get nothing for it. As a voting block, we can get much more, but again, I don't want to go into a political tangent. Um, it's just one of those things that is an example of how credulous we are when it comes to politics and religion. And that's not just black people, that's all folks. But I'm speaking specifically to the, did I say that correctly? Specifically to the black community today. But by all means, anyone who's not black, I want you to take the same lessons from this as well, to embrace skepticism, critical thinking, okay? And being able to evaluate arguments, which is so crucial now since a lot of people put so much information online. We actually have a deluge of information nowadays, and you'll go into these comment sections of posts online like Facebook and Instagram, and you just hear, and when you're trained in things like logic and critical thinking, it's it kind of hurts your brain reading some of these comments sometimes. I actually have to dumb down the stuff that I say when I do choose to say anything in response to some of these comments that I see, just because I know I won't get it if I put it in the way that I normally would speak or write something. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. It's raining right now, but I'm gonna broach this topic more in future posts because I really want to help people become more critical thinkers, which also applies to martial arts too, because there's a lot of bullshit in martial arts, which is why I started the whole martial arts myths thing. But I'm going to do that more generally about other topics as well. So I'll see you guys later. All right, take care.